I have decided to come clean with all Gacha's games. No more Gacha's games.
Apparently, I'm not the only person who hate gachas now, because every gachas game company decided to make their gachas game no longer gacha, which is a big change. And one time with Duonai Abyss could be a coincidence. 2 times? I don't think so. And we might see more and more games follow this trend. So, guess I'm back. 我们回来了. I started this channel 4 years ago, starting on Genshin Impact video. It was not my first gacha game. I played at Fate Grand Order before that, eventually got bored and moved on to playing Wedding Wave, which is another gachas game. And then one day I just stopped completely out of nowhere. I didn't say anything, I didn't make a follow-up video. I just eventually stopped making Wedding Wave video because I was just so tired of gachas as a whole. I just decided that I'm never gonna touch another gacha game ever again one day, and I just disappeared out of nowhere. So for the people who are wondering what happened, like why do you stop playing Wedding Wave, that's basically what happened. I didn't say anything. The comments still asked me like, hey, you gonna come back to playing WoWa 2.6, 3.0? No, the game sucks. Well, it doesn't suck. I think Genshin Impact and Wedding Wave are really good games. I think I might consider visiting their story once in a while, but I'm just done with gacha's game in general. It was for that exact reason I started on making a VTuber channel on the side, which actually is almost ready. Hopefully I'll have the model done by October, maybe November. It looked kind of like this. I think it's pretty cool, and you can see some really cute art and stuff like that. So in the hopes that I'll be able to play other games that are not gacha's games like Expedition 33, games like a complete like Witness and stuff like that. I definitely have a lot more fun doing this instead, so definitely check it out, especially after my actual model is ready. But with that being said, let's talk about gacha's game, because I feel like every gacha game in the universe has the exact same problem, and that is every single patch they will make this new cool characters and they will hype it up as big as they can. They will make the entire patch about these characters. They'll make story, they'll make content around these characters. This character is so strong, so powerful, and then the next patch they will disappear off the face of the earth. They are a one patch wonder. There's like one patch where this character is relevant, and then for the rest of the game, for the rest of the history of the game, this character will no longer be relevant. So why would I ever invest my feeling, my emotion, my time into this 1 month characters who is never gonna ever be relevant ever again? And this is the same for every game, for every characters. And I just feel like there's no passion, there's no attachment to these characters because they disappear so fast. And these are things people spend $100 to $200 for the base copy, and then you can optionally spend up to like $1,000 to $2,000 if you want their signature weapon, if you want more copy of them. And then they disappear on the next patch and you do it all over again with the new shiny characters. One day I woke up and I looked at my friends and I looked at him and I said, yo, did you know that playing gacha's game is basically like paying for a stripper, playing for hookers? Because every 2 weeks they come in and they're like, yo, check this out, I got something new for you today. Just pay me $100 to $200 to access it. And then you get the new characters, you maximum in a day because you pre-farmed everything because there's nothing else better to do in the gacha's game. And then you feel satisfied for the next 2 days. You play your new shiny characters, you're like, woohoo! And that's it, right? You pay $100 to $200 each week to feel satisfied for like 2-3 days, and that's it. You never properly invest your emotion and your time into the characters because the game is not designed like that. The game is designed to keep you coming back for the next session. The stripper come back 2 weeks later and be like, yo, check this out, I got a new outfit, I got a new DLC, I got a new hole. Just pay me another $200 and it's yours for the day. It's just not satisfying to invest into them at all when they only keep you happy for like a day or two and then it's gone, right? Oh, by the way, I heard even Xiangling after this entire time got power crap. There's a new character that applied pyro more efficient than Xiangling and other stuff like that. So yeah, it just happened eventually. What I'm looking for is a person who eventually turned into my one true waifu. When you have a girlfriend, when you have a wife, your goal is to invest all your time and your emotion into the same one person and make it meaningful every single day, every single time, no matter how small. You go on a date on the weekend, it feels nice because it's the same person you have been investing into. Maybe some date are just more casual hangout, and that's perfectly fine. You're still spending time with the person you care about the most. And that is one of the biggest things I realized when I started playing MMO instead of gacha's game. I went to play Blade and Soul, which is like an anime MMO. And eventually now I'm trying out this new game called Blue Protocol Star Residence. It is coming to global very, very soon in just 2 weeks. It is like a new anime MMO. And the thing with these games is that like when you log in and you do a 5-6 minute daily, you feel more satisfied because you're continuously trying to progress on the thing you actually care and you actually invest into. Your 5-minute every day of investment does not feel as wasteful because it is the same thing you continuously build on. And it's not like a dumpster fire, one patch wonder where you farm for the artifact. You farm 5 minutes of artifact for these characters, and then they disappear off the face of the earth next patch, and you stop caring about them. They're just gone. And I feel like more and more people are realizing this, so they're just done with gacha game, just like me. Like I feel like gacha game is going downhill so fast because people are burnt out, and it's the same thing across every gacha game. You move from Genshin Impact to Wedding Wave to Honkai Star Rail, the cycle of pulling new characters, dumping them 2 patch later is always going to be there, and you always know they're going to be there. And so these companies realize that people are not spending money on the gachas anymore, because why would you spend $200-$300 on something that just becomes irrelevant a week later? And so they're removing their gachas. I promise you, these big companies know something we don't. They have data. They love chasing after money. Every company, every game always chase after the money. They always go where the money go. And there are probably research statistics that show that people are not investing into gachas anymore, which is why games like Duel Night Abyss, games like Anatena are like, gachas game are no longer as profitable as we once thought when we first started developing it. It's time to switch our model to not gachas because people are tired of gachas. These companies for sure know something we don't, which is why they're able to make these decisions. They don't make it out of nothing. They don't make it because they're a benevolent game company. They make it because they know something we don't. They have the data to show that gachas game is on a decline because people don't want to invest their time and money into it anymore. And so they're like, we gotta change it. And I think it worked. Like Anatena came out and they're like, oh, it's no longer a gachas game, like, and people are popping off. I saw that even one of the biggest streamer reacted to the Anatena trailer, right? And imagine if they reacted to this game and then someone be like, yo, this is a gachas game, by the way. Like then the satisfaction, that desire to try this game out suddenly go downhill because people don't want to play the gachas game anymore. But imagine you're like a player and you heard like, yo, Anatena is not a gachas game, it's just anime GTA. You are more inclined to try it out, right? You are more. And that's basically where I am. I was so done with gacha game. I have said to myself, I'll never fall for another gacha game again. Maybe at best I'll play the story because, you know, I kept up with the Genshin story, but I'm never gonna get into that daily grind, the treadmill of like grinding, waiting for the next characters. Never again. And then when these games come out and say like, hey, we're not gachas anymore, now suddenly I'm a little more interested to try. I'm still skeptical, but at least I'll try the game. So you got me through the door. Games like Duel Night Abyss, game like Anatana, they got me through the door. And we'll see if they really meet up to the expectation. But these are games I'm back, I guess. I'll try these out. Like, I'll see what's up. I'm wondering if we're gonna keep seeing this as a trend and gacha game is just gonna slowly fade as a thing in the past because people just don't want to touch gachas anymore. Again, like, one time is a coincidence, 2 times, I don't think so. And then the third one is gonna come out like Neverless to Everless tomorrow's gonna be like, yo, we heard you guys, we're gonna remove the gachas game. Then you know something is up. Then you know I'm right. Then gachas game is dead. So with that being said, yeah, I guess I will try this out. Let me know what you guys think of gachas game and stuff like that, or like these games that are removing their gachas now. I'll try them out. You can probably find them on my VTuber channel, which is where I'll start to put more effort in. By the way, I recently went to Disney World. Actually, I went to Disney World, and another reason why I want to start a VTuber channel is so that I can talk about these things, share all my vacation, my experience with you guys. So that was cool. Since like Genshin Impact, Wedding Wave, whatever, and you're excited to check out these anime new game with me, definitely happy to see you guys again. Maybe we'll meet. Maybe